Good morning. It is Friday, and this is Justin Sandler back on Facebook Live, and it's been a minute, actually, since kind of ending the Cancer's Journey's first part, and being back here in recovery. There's been less videos, I guess just because there's less to update and because I've just gotten busier and busier with life. But there are still important things to share, and I do have a little bit of news now, and I'm gonna have a little more news later. And I have to actually leave here in less than 5 minutes to go see my oncologist. So I wanted to just jump on while I had a couple minutes to breathe and say hello and update you guys on a few things. First and foremost, before I get anywhere else though, as you know, we're here in Southern California, and there are fires burning all around, and if anybody out there is watching this is being affected more drastically by the fires than even we are here, we've been thinking about you. I was chanting for you this morning, and if there's anything that I can do to help in any way, shape, or form, please let me know. I don't know if I can take any more animals in here or not, but anything that I can do to help out, if you can think of it, please don't be afraid to ask. We're all in this together, and I know it's pretty hard times, but also the same kind of times that we unite and look out for one another as human beings, and that's also a beautiful thing. Over here in this area, it's not too bad today. A few days ago, the smoke was really bad. It just smelled like a barbecue everywhere. There's soot flying through the air, and being that I had this little recent episode in the hospital, and my breathing and heart rate kind of deal was all over the place. It was a little bit challenging for me to breathe, and my energy has been really low the last few days. But you know, it's all part of the gig. It's par for the course, especially when there's fires burning, and I've had a little bit of heart fluid in the last couple weeks, and all good in the hood though. So without further ado, the biggest reason that I wanted to come on this morning to update everybody is because I had been talking for the last 2 months now about a pending surgery in December. Just to refresh you, that surgery is about down in this area here of my scar, where there was in October one of the parts of the titanium coil that's holding my chest plate and bones together to fuse was poking through the skin. Didn't poke actually out of the skin, but poking the skin enough that you could actually see it elevated, and there's some sutures down here that seemed like they were pushing through. It was kind of painful and uncomfortable. My surgeon didn't want to jump onto a surgery right away. He wanted to wait and let the bones fuse, because if you pull the coil out too soon, you'll end up with rubbing of the bones, which leads to arthritis. Furthermore, if you take out any of the sutures holding the muscle together before they get a chance to fully heal, then you end up with hernias. So he said our target date was middle December, and so last week we had an appointment to get together to review everything from my last hospital visit, plus go over the news for what would be the surgery coming up in the middle of December. Long story short, he examined it, and he said that as of right now, he doesn't feel the titanium pushing through. It's actually not as uncomfortable as it was for me. I don't really see the poke of it, so it either retracted or corrected, or it's just, you know, everything's kind of falling into place. Furthermore, where he saw that the suture was pushing through, he thinks now that might possibly actually be a keloid and not the suture. A keloid being, I guess, some scar tissue or some hardened blood, which I guess after a while might just work its way out. He said unless it's bothering me an extreme amount, which right now it's not, unless it was before, that he actually doesn't want to do the surgery. So it's not postponed, it's just kind of, I guess, off for right now, because the procedure is going to put me through more trauma, of course, and when you have to open up both the skin and the muscle to get the bone level to remove that coil, you take always a risk of infection, which is the last thing he wants to risk when I'm still so much in this recovery space. He said just to let's watch it for the next couple months, and if it doesn't start to bother me again, then everything might just settle in, and I will have my titanium forever and all that stuff. And so the big news again is no surgery this month. Yay! I wasn't really looking forward to having a surgery, of course. You know, that would have set me back a little bit, and as it is, I'm trying to play catch up from this whole year. So not having to go under the knife and spend a week in recovery and doing whatever else is kind of a welcomed relief. Moving on, as a lot of you know as well, I was in the hospital a couple weeks ago with unexplained chest pain and difficulty breathing, which I'm still not 100% recovered from yet. After lots of tests and seeing several doctors, it was determined that a little bit of fluid had gathered around my heart, not too much to warrant a procedure, but enough that it knocked me on my ass. And quite frankly, it's almost 3 weeks now, and I'm still not 100% from that. Biggest lesson there, I think, is just I need to slow down a little more. I was given the green light to go ahead and work out, lift weights, do my thing, do my normal life. But I don't do anything really normal. And so I was working out pretty regularly and doing work and running around and just trying to make life happen. So maybe all those things together just added a little more stress than I was ready for, and that created that fluid around the heart. So I feel better now than I did a couple weeks ago, that's for sure. Hopefully within the next week or so, the conditions will go back to kind of where they were before that little sidestep happened, and I'll get back on track with my healing. In the meantime, I'm not lifting weights right now, in case you're worried. Just doing light cardio, like walking at a medium pace. Did a great yoga class the other night, not an intense yoga, but a stretching yoga. So I'm doing more of those types of physical rehabilitations and things for now until my body really feels solid enough to, get back into anything more aggressive. But in the meantime, gonna keep it on the little bit of the easy tip. I am seeing a cardiologist next Wednesday, though, just in case, just to make sure that we have someone who's really a specialist on the heart also on the team here, who will be able to just check me out and make sure that everything as far as my heart goes is functioning well. Of course, when we took the tumor off my heart, we had to take off my heart wall and replace it with Cortex. So, we had to mess around with that part of the body. We want to make sure that the old ticker is working as it's supposed to work. So that's that moving forward. Like I said at the beginning, I'm actually going to be hanging up here in a quick second with you guys because I have to go down to Santa Monica and meet my oncologist today. It's my 3-month exam. We're going to do blood work, check for cancer tumor markers, and just make sure that everything is still cancer-free. So I'm going to stop back maybe later this evening. We're going to be busy setting up for Scary Christmas, our big holiday party happening tomorrow night. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll give you more information later, but hope you can join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't seen Mary Lou's updates, she's not here. She got a last-minute gig, literally last-minute gig, to fly out of the country for a shoot. So, life's an adventure. You got to take all those opportunities. And speaking of opportunities, on Tuesday, Mary Lou and I did our first regular headshot session to get back kind of going now that I got this new look kind of thing, and I'm ready to get back in the gig, and all my agents are waiting for new headshots. So we did 5 looks. I'm going to do a couple more. And just the intention of doing those headshots on Wednesday, they're not even up on casting sites yet, but just like that yesterday, first commercial audition since cancer came up. So I did that yesterday, had a lot of fun, just kind of getting back in the room and getting back in the groove of that. And the new pictures will be picked soon and it'll be online and you get to see all that. So it just goes to show, you have to just put the intention there. Say, hey, I'm ready to do this, do that, get back in the game, and take a step of action, because you can't just think about it or want it or try to manifest it. You must take action steps. And the action step we did was we took those pictures. And just by putting that into motion, an audition came without even having to put those pictures online yet. So take steps, take action, stay up, stay proud, stay good. I got to get going because I got to get down across town here. Again, for all my friends dealing with any sort of fallout from the fire, please stay safe. Please let us know if we can help in any way. We're all together. We're all in this as a team, as a family. One love to you guys. Have a wonderful Friday afternoon. And most likely I'll be jumping on live later on tonight from the soundstage where we're setting up the party to give you a little update on the oncologist and a little more info on the big, fun, haunted holiday bash we call Scary Christmas happening tomorrow, Saturday, December 9th. All right, kiddies, have a great day. Be blessed.